Hey, good morning, YouTube. Hoping to be having a really exciting day. Finally starting this thing up. Fingers crossed. Had everything run, but I decided, I want to spin this thing over and get a compression reading before the startup. And I'll show you where I'm at. I got to do a little troubleshooting. So, stand by. Okay, so we got power hooked up to the starter. And this is my issue right now. And I'm very familiar with this issue. It's just not cranking over good enough. This is a 12 volt battery turning over a 6 volt starter. Should fire right over. So that's with all the spark plugs in. If I take them all out, it spins pretty well, but just not strong enough. The bushing in the transmission for the starter doesn't look that bad. I do have a spare, so I think that's basically where I'm at. I'm probably gonna. It's easier for me to just take the transmission off and pull the bushing out instead of trying to try to get the bushing out. It's just the scenario I have right now. It's just easier to do that. I think that's where I'm gonna go to next. I made sure, I'm trying to rule out things. You know, the tension on the belt really is. I think it's about right. So really, pretty much the next step is the bushing. So let me pull a couple plugs out of here and I'll show you. Okay, so no plugs in it. Okay, you add one thing to the mix to read the compression rating. And I mean the battery, I gotta check the battery too, but I mean that's from my boat. That should be a good battery. It's really strong. So you add that to the mix. And you know, I tried another battery and I also tried a jumper pack. And that's where I'm at. That's a little better. Not a bad ground. Alright, so I pulled the transmission and I'm in the middle of putting the new bushing in. This is the old bushing. To be completely honest, I don't see it having issue, and other than that little chip, but I think that chip came off. It's been off, but still, it fits very snug in the starter. I really don't see it being an issue, but we'll see. We'll go from there. So let me just get that thing in there, and hopefully this thing spins over. I tried another starter that I had, and same exact scenario, so that wasn't the case. This one is basically brand new. It's a rebuilt, and there should be no problem with this thing. So we'll keep going here. All right, we got the new bushing in. Fingers crossed. Here we go. No, still the same thing. This isn't going to work. I knew that bushing was okay. All right, we are back. Sometimes you need to just stop and just take everything in, relax, think about it, do something else, take your mind off of it, sleep on it, blah blah blah. So I was at work today and I was thinking about it, and I said, you know what, let me just start over, and here we are. So I'll show you what we did. Okay. So all the plugs are out right now. I wired direct to a battery. A couple cables. I must have just had a bad ground, or I don't know. Bad connection somewhere, and now it's good. So I bolted the lug to the transmission, and bolted this here, and I have 12.4 at the starter. All right, so crank it over. Hold on. That's better. So that's really good. Okay, so I'm going to take some readings here, and we're going to keep going here. I wish my dad could come over today, because here it is Monday. I was going to do the cold start on it yesterday, but it didn't work out. We'll see where we go here. The big hunter is about to get his prize.
Look at the deer, looks at him. The deer is looking at him.
Stay calm.
Look at him.
Stay calm, Smeagol. It's okay.
Ooh, look at the deer. It's curious as to what he is.
Alright, so I got my test light hooked up to the oil pressure sending unit. I had to replace the switch because it's no good. No good. So, I also had to pull all the plugs out because I just can't get this thing to spin over fast enough with a 6-volt system. So, here we go. There it is. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Alright, so maybe it's a little bit of a tease, but let's see if this thing has spark. 6-volt, fully charged. Got power to the coil. And regulator set up. Push button. Let's see if we got spark. Now I'm hoping this compression comes down a little bit. after the initial startup, because this 6-volt does not want to turn over very fast. Show you what I'm talking about. This is what we had for compression. It's pretty high. And focus, okay. Did you see it? Let's try again. I saw it. Hold on. I think it's time for a new camera. All right, let's try that. It's like, there it goes. So now we just need gas, but we also need company. I'm not doing this alone, so you'll have to be patient, as I have to be patient. I'll talk to you later.